Hi everyone, today we'll be doing a endurance-specific workout. It's going to include a good bit of running and then some longer reps of exercises that we've already done. So go ahead and grab some music, let's get started.
All right, so like I said, we're going to kind of be a little bit more endurance oriented on this workout. It's going to be a little bit longer specific on each exercise. So there's a little bit fewer exercises in there. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and go 3 rounds. We're going to start out with a 1 kilometer run. That's going to be about 0.62 miles. Then we're going to go 10 renegade rows each hand, 20 clean and presses all together. 40 sit-ups and then 50 squats. Round 2 we're going to do the same thing, and then round 3 we'll go ahead and go through with the same thing as well. I'll go ahead and post the workout up, and I'll kind of talk through it the first time around, and then I'll just kind of keep it rolling so everybody can have it if they need it. So we're going to go ahead and start out with this 1 kilometer run. Again, that's 0.62 miles. Really, this first round, take it a little bit slower, just kind of get into a little bit of a warm-up on here. All right, so after that running, we're going to go into what's called a renegade row. Now, if you don't have a dumbbell or you can't do that renegade row exercise, don't worry. I will have another exercise that you can do in the second round. It'll be a plank tap exercise. But for the renegade row, we're going to go 10 reps on each arm. And what you're going to be doing, you're going to be in a plank position. Your feet will be a little bit further out than shoulder width apart. You're going to take that dumbbell. I have it right in the middle in front of me. If you can do that safely, do that. Take that dumbbell, pull it all the way up to your chest to make sure you're pulling as if there's a string attached to your elbow. Pull that all the way up to your chest, set it down, switch sides. Each side is 1 rep. Do your best to keep your hips pretty solid. After that, we're going to go to 20 clean and presses. So this is 20 altogether. We're not counting one side or the other. I only had one dumbbell. This dumbbell was the same size for me, so you should be able to use about the same weight dumbbell. I just kind of switched out to different plates, so it'd be easier for me to grab. So what you're going to do, you're going to go ahead, grab that dumbbell, bring it up to your shoulder, and squat down. Really get into that squat. And then you're going to explode out of that squat, press that dumbbell up high, and then set it back down. Now, I stood back up after I set it back down just to reset my form. I really like to do that on those clean and presses, on those deadlifts, stuff like that, just so I forcibly have to reset my form. You don't have to do that, but it's something that I tend to do, and you'll see often on here. I do want to make a quick note here because I've been trying to make a lot of these doable without any equipment at all. Instead of the clean and presses, just like with the renegade rows, how you can do plank taps, instead of the clean and press, if you don't have any equipment here, you can do burpees. The burpees will still serve the same thing. You're getting that squat, you're getting that explosive movement out of it, and you're getting that high reach out of it. So you can do burpees instead of clean and press. Next exercise we'll be going to is going to be 40 sit-ups. Now, 40 sit-ups is a good number of sit-ups. It's going to be pretty tiring towards the end of it. It's going to take a little while, so you'll usually have to really just grit your teeth and go through it. Luckily, I was lucky enough to have a barbell to put my feet under. If you don't have that, you can use a couch. You can use a weight plate. You can use a dumbbell if you have a heavy enough dumbbell. Basically, anything to keep your feet from moving and keep your hips from moving back and forward as well. So as you're going through here, really, really grit through it. Make sure you're forcing your abs to tighten as you're going through. Your butt might slide back a little bit. That just kind of tends to happen. So if you need to bring yourself forward, that's okay. Just make sure you're really, really protecting those abs as you're going. There, I had to scoot forward a little bit. Make sure you're really protecting those abs as you're going on, not forcing the back to do any of the work, especially when you're coming down. The back is naturally going to do a little bit of work to stabilize you, but you don't want it taking an unusual amount of the work when you're coming down. You really want those abs tightening when you're going up and slowly becoming less tight as you go down. We'll have only a couple reps left, and then we're going on to the squats. All right, the last exercise we're going to do in this group of exercises is going to be 50 squats. If you want to, you can do air squats. If you have a dumbbell, I would highly recommend grabbing it by the plates, kind of by the end like I have it there, and holding it in between your legs, squatting up and down. That's going to make it just a little bit harder, and it's going to force you to keep that thoracic extension, force you to keep that chest up, the back straight. And you're going to go up and down for 50 squats. Make sure as you're squatting down, you're going as far down as you possibly can and keeping your butt back. You're not falling forward with it or anything like that. 50 squats is going to be a little bit of time, so make sure you're knocking it out, pushing through it. And then after that, you'll go on to your second round. All right, but this time you've already put in your first round of exercises, so we're going to go for that 1 kilometer run again. This is going to be your middle kilometer run, so you want this to be the hardest you can go, as fast as you can go. And after that, you'll be going back into the renegade rows. Now, these aren't going to be renegade rows. I said you can do plank taps instead of renegade rows if you don't have any equipment. So I went ahead and put plank taps in here. So what you're going to do, you're going to be an arm's length away from the wall. You'll go into a plank position with your feet spread apart for that larger base of support. Then you're going to go up with each arm, tap the wall in the middle spot right in front of about your nose. 10 reps on each side. 10 reps on the right side, 10 reps on the left side. Next, we're going to be going for that second round of clean and presses. Again, this needs to be the highest intensity we get this whole time. We're going to go second round of clean and presses. Again, you can do burpees instead of that. Make sure you're getting that explosive power out of it. Next, we're going to go on to our second round of 40 sit-ups. This one's going to be a second round of 40 sit-ups. You should be really feeling it now in your abs. Again, that back, we want to make sure to protect the abs, protect the back. So if you're having any back pain, really, really watch out for that. And we're gonna go for 50 squats. Again, make sure try to grab that dumbbell if you're still feeling okay. Do your best. This is your second set. So again, this is really the set where you should be really getting into it. Second set, grab that dumbbell, do 50 squats. All right, you'll be getting into your third round here. So we're gonna go 1 more kilometer for the 1 more kilometer for the run, about 0.62 miles for that run. After that 1 kilometer, we're gonna go into the renegade rows or the plank taps. I went ahead and put the renegade rows in here again. They take a little bit longer. After that third kilometer, you should be feeling pretty tired, pretty winded. That's really what we're shooting for. But if you're still feeling good, nothing's saying you have to stop here. Really, really keep pushing through that. Do your best on those renegade rows. Make sure your hips aren't twisting one side to the other. They're staying as stable as they can. Everybody's gonna naturally twist a little bit, but you don't want to be really, really dropping one shoulder or anything like that. Next up, we're doing 20 clean and presses. 20 clean and presses. Again, you can do burpees if you need to. Each one, whatever we're doing 20 reps of it. So the clean and presses, we aren't worrying about right arm, left arm. We're just going for 20 reps overall. Next is going to be 40 sit-ups. This is your last 40 sit-ups. The abs are going to start feeling really tired by now, but this is going to be the last 40 sit-ups. This will be up to sit-up number 120. So this will be really tiring the abs out. Really push through it. Really make sure you're finishing strong on here. This will be the last set for most. And finally is 50 squats and you're finished. So really make sure to knock these out. Probably after 3 kilometers and what is this, 20, 40, 60 clean and presses and 100 squats before, your legs are going to be starting to feel pretty tired. That's that endurance. That's that really going through. We're really affecting those type 1 muscle fibers, I believe. So really make sure to push through it. Don't quit when you're really just feeling tired. I always tell everybody that they can go 1 more rep. Just focus on the rep that you're on. You can go 1 more rep after that. Everybody can do just 1 more rep. And finally, you are finished with your workout. Hopefully, it's taken a little bit longer than 17 minutes. Otherwise, you've been running really fast or cutting out on reps or something like that. Now, there's nothing to say that you absolutely have to stop at 3 rounds. You can keep going as many rounds as you want, as many rounds as you can. By this time, you've probably done about a good 40, 45 minutes of work, something like that. 30 to 45 minutes of work, something like that. As always, if you have any questions, please feel free to let us know. We hope everybody is doing well right now. Everybody's staying, working out. Make sure you're continuing to work out. Make sure you're continuing to monitor your food. You don't want to get off on food right now or anything like that. So continue working out. Continue monitoring your food. Do your best. We'll be back with another video soon.